You learn the first time in Galapagos. You don't go ahead and sort of mess around. It's kill or be killed. We have landed in a portion of the Galapagos Islands that is, well, we know that humans are not the majority around here.
Is that the obstacle? It looks like rocks, guys, but I told you that.
Everyone loves a feel-good story, the one where the little girl or guy stares insurmountable adversity in the eyes and succeeds.
Guys, living this life is the adventure of a lifetime, and no one ever said that if you don't take a chance, you don't get rewarded.
That's the way that we like to think about our small but mighty group travel company, WorldTowning Voyages, where full-time travelers who have just about seen it all become the perfect hosts for those who want to travel a little more authentically.
Largo, if you had advice for another 10-year-old, what would be your biggest piece of advice?
Don't grow up.
We've survived through the first several waves of the pandemic.
So welcome to what will become our new home. Not that car, that's our rental car. It feels like our home.
And are thrilled that we could finally get back up and running with a trip to one of our favorite places in the world, the Galapagos Islands, with the most incredible group of travelers we could have wished for. Join us as we are now on the final stretch of our adventure exploring what life is like when nature is left by itself to thrive. The group's back there learning about the lava, about all the creatures that actually live in this lagoon. There's actually some baby sharks in there. Don't even ask how that got there. Travel cannot get more fascinating than this. Thank you so much to our patrons whose support make these episodes possible. So we will spend the second half of the cruise around the Galapagos Islands focusing on the largest of the islands, Isabela, and a few more remote islands before we make our exit.
And good morning from the Galapagos Islands. We are in Isabela Island. It's one of the youngest of all the islands in all the Galapagos. It's also the largest island. This island is said to be about 700,000 years old. It's just a baby. And we're gonna go see volcanoes. What?
Get a shot of the back of that wagon.
Back of that wagon? I gotta get a shot of that back of that wagon. Look at that. This one right there. Terry's big into modifications on pickup trucks.
Never thought it would be so hard. I grew up without a scar, just living my life with no big worries. And I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy.
Our first stop is to the caldera of the Sierra Negra volcano, which has shown signs that it can erupt again at any moment. As you can imagine, this really piqued our interest.
Amazing view.
It looks like it's moving.
Sierra Negra volcano, you can see a kind of a huge depression on top of the mountain, making of this the biggest volcano on the Galapagos. Being the biggest, also this volcano, it is one of the most active volcanoes in Galapagos, being on the island of Isabela, also the oldest volcano.
This is so incredible. This caldera here, this crater is 6 miles long. I'm astonished. And they said that once upon a time there was another eruption that happened in 2019 that let people camp over on that end. They said it might erupt any day now. It's not gonna erupt today. We're gonna miss out on that opportunity, but it's really beautiful.
Each day there was a semi-predictable routine. Breakfast, a morning excursion, back on the yacht for a snack, back out for a pre-lunch activity, lunch, an afternoon up-close and personal excursion, and then back to the boat for dinner. Through the night we would cruise to our next spot where we could sit on the deck, enjoy the ocean breeze, and count the endless number of stars. Teenagers are creative though, and Largo took it upon himself to adjust the routine and add in morning exercise.
Good morning from our boat here in the Galapagos. I'm carrying a lot of stuff with me because this morning is not just magical because of the fact that we have this whole place to ourselves. We are in the middle of Isabela Island, and right now the only other human inhabitants is this boat here, which is 16 other people. And we have this whole portion of the island all to ourselves. It's so incredible to have such an incredible piece of untouched landscape, nature, so forth, and wildlife with no one around you. But this morning, also going ahead, and Largo is conducting exercise class. Look at this.
5 seconds left.
Hold on a second.
5 minutes. 2, 1, done.
Excellent.
Largo's the instructor today. What are we doing?
Planks, push-ups, crunches. Oh, right, crunches. That's what I forgot.
No, you didn't. You did them, you just didn't know.
Oh, really? Did I?
I was so fast. You know?
Stay tuned for the WorldTowning exercise video coming out really soon.
We can do one more plank.
Yeah. One more plank of 2 minutes.
No. 1 minute? 30 seconds.
4 minutes.
Don't wanna take it slow. Just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time. I wanna spend some time. Needed some time to grow. Just wanna let you know. Ready to spend some time. I wanna spend some time.
This is the best looking gymnasium you'll ever want to see.
You're supposed to hold them or just bring them?
No, just bring them up and.
Largo's not a certified instructor, so if someone actually gets sick or injured, it's not our fault.
Largo, are you counting?
You can sue Largo.
Can't do for that.
Good job, Largo.
Yeah,
Very nice job.
Largo, you're not getting any tips.
Everybody's waiting for it.
That's not islands come to greet us. That is, it's basically a splash of the waves against the rocks, and then they create this foam, and then they create this massive island of foam, and next thing you know, it travels. And now it's like we have a foam island that's come to greet us. That is so cool. All right, gotta time it well. There we go. You feel like you're on another planet here.
Yeah. I know, it's really like, it's surreal.
The Galapagos penguin, like most penguins, mate for life. And we happened to be there during breeding season, which meant one thing. No, we're not going to see the mating rituals, but we will see the male penguins at their shiny best. It is during this time of year that the male penguins have their slick-looking coats on to show off to potential mates that they are healthy and capable of producing good offspring.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at them fighting. I'm the king of the mountain. Uh-oh, look at him. Oh, he's got the reverse move. I'm the champ. No, I'm the champ.
The incredible part of a place like Galapagos is that one moment you're taking a dinghy tour around sea iguanas and penguins, and the next you're walking on lava rocks where vegetation is forming.
Avoid Prout. Please don't kill my endemic flies.
So today we are actually hiking on lava rock, which sounds interesting. It's actually kind of dangerous. The lava obviously hardened, and it hardened into some serious rock that can be really sharp, and if you fall, it can actually cut you. When it gets wet, it gets slippery. It's a little difficult to walk on it, but our group back there is totally up for the challenge. So this is a very educational walk, but also a bit of adventure because you have to be careful where you step so that you don't fall.
Over here is a type of typical cacti.
But the best part of the walk was not learning about the terrain, which was cool, but the game that we came up with having fun with lava rocks.
It sounds really empty under here.
Yeah, now it's going to be
All right. There you go. Come on, Avalon. Oh! Wait.
Avalon's super competitive, guys,
Oh,
so
really?
we're going to be here all night.
Don't use the flat side.
Oh, that part. Oh.
I want to put my umbrella down.
You could make it really tall. There's a lot of rocks.
Uh-oh.
I did balance an egg on a nail.
Very good.
No!
Really?
Run, Michelle, run, quick.
The one that tips it over buys the first round tonight.
Oh, no, it's over. It's over. I did it. I'm sorry. They're so rough. Margaret, that's a bad idea. Yeah, it's really. They have all that
I'd use 2 hands myself.
That's a little.
No helping your brother.
I am
Now I haven't been sure of this. It's supposed to be a bliss, being alone, being free in every way. Didn't know the feel of it, putting out what you had lit. But let me tell you, these things don't hurt a bit. Cause you see, I was all wrapped up in everything. But now that I'm out, I got wind under my wings. So tell me that you need me, I wouldn't bother. If you're with another man, I don't even care. Tell me that you saw me, my cold shoulder.
Secret entrance. We're gonna go see iguanas.
Secret iguanas.
Secret iguanas.
Go, 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 go!
Go! Quick! Run, run, run! We're going to see iguanas, and the iguanas have not yet been touched by man. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Roadblock! Are you serious?
That is so cool.
We reached an impasse along our journey here, and it's time to either kill or go home.
We love obstacles. We're working up to this, right?
Big obstacle.
Is that the obstacle? It looks like rocks, guys, but
Oh my god.
I told you guys there were hundreds. It might have been thousands.
Lizard twister.
I mean, oh my gosh. Can I?
After having lunch, they just came here and
Happy
stay
hour.
on the rocks for digestion. God, wow.
We have landed in a portion of the Galapagos Islands that is, well, we know that humans are not the majority around here, but this is kind of ridiculous. We feel like we are now invaded, almost like a slumber party of iguanas. Please don't eat us. Please.
I think this is the creepiest thing I've seen.
So this is really not called Iguana Island, although it should be called Iguana Island. We're on Fernandina Island, which is just a little bit to the side. I'm not going to venture. No, it's a little bit west of Isabela Island. And this is just a small island that's one of the youngest islands in the entire Galapagos chain. Similar to Isabela, it's like 700,000 years old, but this is super, like, undeveloped. There's lush green over here, but it's all, look at this, it's all lava rock over here. And this is, imagine your neighborhood once upon a time probably looked like this before, like, the community swimming pool and all that other stuff was put in. This was the community swimming pool once upon a time. As you walk around this area, you feel like you're on some kind of like insane survivor island, because this place is loaded with iguanas. There's no clear, like, natural signs of civilization known to man. You feel like if you're left here alone, if you don't have yourself a flint and a piece of wood to go ahead and start a fire, you may be in trouble here, because the iguanas outnumber you like 15,000 to 1. And I don't know whether I would win in this situation. Maybe I have to learn how to speak iguana in here. And look, it's a rare sighting of a sea lion on Iguana Island.
So cute.
Hello, sea lion. What's your name? Oh my gosh, look at his teeth. You got some really big teeth there.
Wow, those are big teeth though. I think I could have done without seeing his teeth after swimming with him.
They were so like young and
They
playful.
were so cute, and why he can't get comfortable?
All the flies are there. Look at
This is a deflated balloon. Don't use plastic. It's actually an iguana eggshell. It's pretty big. I wouldn't have thought it would be this big. You want to touch it? It's squishy.
It's kind of nice. So a little baby iguana came out of it.
So cute. We'll leave it here for the next person to check out.
Walking around this island, you see so many of these iguanas, and the interesting part is that they're not always judged by their size, because the fact that iguanas can go ahead and grow or shrink based on how much food's out there. It's their ability to survive, and at the end of the day, if you see one that's small, it doesn't mean it's always a baby. I mean, if it's really small, it's kind of a baby. But if it's smaller than the others, it just means that it hasn't had the opportunity to eat as much as it should have or could have compared to the others. And they'll live for a really long time. But, you know, some of them up to 70 years old. And, you know, their ability to survive is based on the fact that they can shrink their bodies accordingly. Pretty cool. The idea of bringing the boat here is really appealing for us because you can, if you come here, there's a lot to do. You have to disinfect the boat, you have to make sure everything meets with the guidelines and the regulations of the national park. You also have to get a guide to be with you at all times whenever you go ashore. So it is a huge investment, but the idea of coming here on your own boat for a month, 2 months, is kind of neat. And when we do cross the Pacific, and that day will come, do we make it this way across? I think we might. I think it'll be really cool to sort of have the sailing adventures cross this path over here, and so we can say hi to even more marine iguanas right over there. They're everywhere here. I wonder who's more afraid of who in this case, the iguanas or the people?
I'm a little afraid of the iguanas because I feel like I'm going to step on them because they blend in so well. But I don't think our group is afraid of them at all. They are so loving this. One of them just said to me, I'm going to hashtag WorldTowning ruined my life, because she said, how am I ever going to take a vacation after this trip? Frankly, we love to hear that because we want to make everyone happy. So.
So we're now on our final morning. It is Sunday morning. We have a flight that leaves in 3 or 4 hours, and we're now on Bluefooted Booby Island. You kind of want to think that you're saving the best for last. And in this case, we have a nice, warm, peaceful morning. We have sea lions right over here floating around, and we're gonna go see ourselves a whole bunch of blue-footed boobies. We've seen like 1 or 2 scattered around, but there's like a whole colony here. We're super excited because it's sort of like what Galapagos are known for. Well, the sea lions, the sea turtles, the amazing lava flow, whatever. But this is one of them here, and we're really excited to go see it.
Galapagos also. Perfect answer.
The frigate birds here are mating. Ooh, doesn't look like it's going well. There's a little fight. But basically, the male blows up his red thing, which I forget what they're called. And the bigger it is, the more attractive it is to the female. And there's more males than there are females. So sometimes you'll see 5 males all blown up, and she'll go over to one and be like trying to start and check him out. She'll be like, it's not big enough or red enough. So she'll go to a different one. She'll like, and she'll keep moving. It's very, very interesting. And the male is working so hard to impress her on this one, and she's just like, I don't know. Let's see if another one comes along.
I think they're waiting for us to walk away.
That looks really uncomfortable too. Might be good for my neck, like good neck support, but yeah, let's give him some privacy. Bye guys.
So with that, we're exiting our last island for our luggage.
For us, hosting a group trip is the ultimate win-win. We get to take like-hearted people to incredible places around the world in a way that no other tour company can. And we get to earn an income from doing what we love most, exploring places with the intention of walking away a better person. Not only do we create lifelong connections, but we also have a great time doing it.
We interrupt this message for a quick announcement.
So people, we are just
Almost at the equator. 5, 3, 2, 0! Woo! Happy equator!
Happy equator crossing!
This has been our ultimate dream since we started WorldTowning. Unfortunately, the last 2 years of the pandemic have decreased the number of people who want to go out and travel globally, and it's not what it used to be. So with sad hearts, we are closing down the Voyages part of WorldTowning in 2023. We have 2 trips planned for the fall. One is to the south of France, and the last one is back to Morocco. We still have spots left and would love to have you join us in the fall. Until then, it will be back on Friendship and our adventures as full-time cruisers.
Avalon, you going?
Wait, wait on the camera!
No, not the camera.
This feels beautiful. The last of the breeze. Oh. So today, I'm gonna actually stop walking while I talk to you guys because I'm on lava rock and it's if you fall, it can cut you and it's pretty uneven and hard to walk on. So I don't want to fall on camera.
It's not exactly New Year's, but we'll toast anything at this point.
respect. Thank you very much, and as well, I would like to say thanks to the crew because without them, there is